Okay. Alright, so what do I got going on right now? Well, today the weather is really nice. It's like 80 degrees outside, so it's awesome. What I'm going to do is go inshore fishing. But first, we got to go pick up some shrimp. Got my kayak loaded up. I'm going to go fish the intercoastal waterway, or the inlet over there in the St. Johns River right here in Mayport, Florida. So, yeah, maybe we'll get lucky and catch some reds, man. I feel like eating some redfish. Those of you who have not tried redfish, highly recommend you eat it. Try it, it's delicious. So, with that being said, let's see if we can go get some fish. Let's go get some bait. How's it going, everyone? So what I'm doing here is I'm fishing along the rocks, the little jetties at the St. Johns River Inlet. So I'm fishing, all I'm doing is casting out. I have a 1/4 ounce jig and I'm throwing live shrimp on the end of the 1/4 ounce jig. I wasn't able to use my depth finder because I had lost it. I broke the ram ball at this point, which I'll go on to say. I'm using an Abu Garcia Volital rod and an Abu Garcia Inshore reel with 7:1 gear ratio and 30-pound braided line. So like I said, I'm just using a 1/4 ounce jig. It was very windy this day, so I had to, that's why I'm doing the voiceover. Right here I just caught a small croaker. Little video croakers, catch and release. The kayak that I'm on is a Native Slayer Propel 10. I'm constantly having to paddle back towards the rocks because it was low tide. It was an outgoing tide, so it's, like I said, I'm constantly having to pedal back towards the rocks and paddle away from the rocks. So I'm in about, if I had to guess, it's about a good 10 feet of water, 15 feet of water. Okay, so at this point I've already reloaded with shrimp, put another live shrimp on my hook, and I'm trying to pedal back from the rocks. So I'm looking back towards the boats, the boaters that are out there. You know, and being in a kayak, you gotta be very mindful of boaters. You know, they don't really pay attention, so you gotta watch out for the wake, and you know, just take the wake. You know, either from the front, through, you know, turn your kayak towards the front so you can go forward. Because if you take the wake on the side, you're gonna tip over, especially in water like that. So this is my first time out in water this deep, or at least out in this river system. So I was wearing my life jacket. At this point in the video, I ended up catching a oyster fish, ugly looking fish. You'll see when I bring it out of the water. It was very small, maybe about, I don't know, 8-9 inches big, but it's very small, very ugly fish. Flap around, looks very similar to like a puffer fish. caught a small flounder. It's about 12 inches. When I caught it, it was really skinny. You know, 12 inches is slot limit for flounder. Or, yeah, the minimum slot limit. But like I said, it's just, to me, it just looked very skinny, not too big. So I took it off the hook and threw it back in. It was a real pretty fish. They're fun to catch. You know, my personal best was 18 inches, and I was fishing off of a dock with a popping cork, and I had a Z-Man minnow on there. But yeah, that was my personal best. And this one right here is, like I said, it's just very, very, very small. So I just took it off and threw it back. So at this point in the video, I've already been out in the water about a good 3 hours today, and you know, I didn't catch anything worth keeping except for that flounder, but I threw it back. Right here I ended up getting a small croaker, same thing, same size as the first one at the beginning of the video, but that's pretty much all that was biting for me around these rocks right here. It's just small croaker, flounder, and that ugly mudfish or oyster fish, whatever you want to call it. So I was targeting redfish, but I ended up getting no bites for them right here where I was at. Okay, so I was fishing those jetties, and well, I broke one of the ram balls, and I only have one ram ball, so I can't use my fish finder. So what I gotta do now is I'm gonna go home and get my stakeout pole, and so we can go to another spot and fish. This place I've had a pretty good bit of success, you know, catching flounder, trout, red drum, which is what I'm targeting. So far I've caught a flounder, but no trout and no redfish. So yeah,
see what we can figure out. So yeah, I just stopped at the tackle shop and got some more jigs, and which I probably didn't need to. I got one that's on there that's pretty strong. But I got some more jigs and some more live bait, some more shrimp. So yeah. All right. Let's go.
So I left the previous spot where I was fishing, was Little Jetties, and I came to Dutton Island Preserve. I was only here for about maybe an hour or so. The sun was already going down and all that stuff. So all I caught here was just this small croaker and a flounder, which was a decent size. I wouldn't really say I caught him because he shook off the hook, which I was super mad when he came off. It was within the limits, bigger than the previous one caught. So it was worth keeping, but he shook off the hook, which you'll see in a little bit. One thing I forgot to mention, I ended up switching to a spinning reel. It was an Abu Garcia Inshore 40 spinning reel with a Veritas rod. I switched to a popping cork on this one. This is what I caught the flounder that got off, but I didn't really catch it. This is what I missed the flounder on. You'll see it in a minute. If not, it already came off. I think it already has came off. So, well, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Ask if you have any questions. Leave comments below. I'll do my best to get onto them. So, again, thank you for watching, guys. And y'all have a good day.